Government has outlined its plans for the city of Johannesburg and Metro of Tshwane as well. Jeff Makubo has been elected Joburg Mayor, while the DA's Stevens Mokgalapa, as we reported, has been ousted as the Tshwane Mayor. So what are the plans going forward? Our reporter Linda Kuhlekulu joins us now. Hello to you, Linda, and a briefing earlier by the MEC on the plans from Gauteng government and what it's hoping to now do. What did they say? What's the next move for them?
Well, Gareth, I think I lost you there on the line. It did say that we have been placed on hold, but I believe what you were asking about is the Gauteng government's plans in terms of the political development in the city of Johannesburg and the city of Tshwane and ultimately Gauteng. But what they have said, one of the things they've said is quite outrightly so, saying that they are ready to meet the DA in courts if they wish to elect that or take that route, and particularly because they believe that what transpired yesterday in the motion of no confidence against the former mayor of Tshwane was legal. But let's speak to the MEC right now, and Legogang Maile, just to talk about some of the things you've outlined here in terms of your plans to intervene in some of these things. But just take us through in a nutshell what today was all about and what the decisions from Gauteng government were in terms of the intervention plans.
Thank you for having me. Today was about reflecting on what is happening in both Tshwane and Johannesburg. And as a provincial government, having made an assessment, came to certain conclusions. And one of the conclusions we came to is that the city of Tshwane will be put under administration. So we'll start that process. There's a certain process that has to be put in place, but we have made that decision. We can confirm. We have also agreed that our interpretation of the majority is what is captured in the Constitution. And what is captured in the Constitution says that for a council to correct, they need 50% plus one. So for them to correct, 50% plus one of the total number of seats. But when they elect any office bearer, whether the mayor or the speaker, they need a majority of vote casts, meaning people who are in that meeting. And that's why we have come to a conclusion that the city of Johannesburg does no longer have a speaker, because a corrading meeting of councillors removed the speaker. Any attempt to argue differently is actually desperation to try and cling to power, and we will not allow that.
One of the things that you are saying is that putting the city of Tshwane is the plans to put the city of Tshwane under administration, and the mayor was just voted out of office yesterday, and some would say that perhaps it is time now to give the house or the council time to now elect a new mayor who's going to try and make the dust settle there. But is it too soon then to be moving into putting that city under administration? Just take us through perhaps some of the reasons why you believe that city of Tshwane should be put under administration.
Well, we're not taking away the rights of council to elect the mayor. That is in the Constitution. To elect the mayor, to elect the speaker, they will continue. The Constitution makes provisions that when things are not going right and the municipality is not running properly, we can invoke 139. And some of the reasons include all these allegations of corruption that have been taking place, all these illegal appointments, inability to deal with the findings and recommendations of the Auditor General, the collapse of service delivery. There were no ward committees since 2016. And all these issues, we have raised them repeatedly over a period of time with the municipality, and they have not responded positively. So it has nothing to do with who is the mayor now there. They can appoint their mayor, it's their right. They will have their mayor, they will have their speaker, it's not a problem. But we will then send an administrator at the right time when all processes have been exhausted, then that mayor and the speaker will be working with the administrator that is appointed.
And then another question, we know we've confirmed that the DA might be going to the courts and that you are willing to meet them on the courts because they have no basis. But one other thing that you've mentioned is that because the process had to take that route was because of the fact that the speaker recused herself. But just take us through the plans now in terms of seeking clarity and serving papers to some of those to that particular speaker in terms of not being holding up their legal obligation to make sure those proceedings are dealt with yesterday.
Well, with the speaker, we are looking at the code of conduct for councillors. We believe that she has breached that code of conduct, and we will be writing a letter for her to explain why must we not charge her, and that includes whether we can expel her or suspend her. So we are writing that letter. The second letter we're going to write is the letter to the full council to ask council to act against the official who refused to execute his responsibilities. We think that's insubordination. So council will have to do that. And then the council will be convening in the next few days to elect the speaker and the mayor.
All right, thank you so much, MEC. That's the MEC for urban planning, human settlements, as well as COCTA, just taking us through some of the plans that the province has taken to ensure that they intervene in some of the political developments that are happening in Gauteng. But more so, what they are saying is their plan is to now take steps to put the city of Tshwane under administration. And they cited some of those problems, or rather some of those things that were cited yesterday in the motion of no confidence, saying that there were service delivery problems that were known, particularly citing the water problem in the city of Tshwane. But that is the MEC just taking us through some of those issues.
All right, Linda Kuchlet-Mulu, thank you very much indeed. Speaking to the COCTA MEC Legogang Maile of the plans for Gauteng government and how they're going to now handle Tshwane and Johannesburg moving forward with the changes in leadership. We're hearing from Legogang Maile that the city of Tshwane, he says, has been placed under administration. I'm sure there's going to be fallout over that, and what the ramifications are going to be, we'll unpack for you here on ENCA.